And we're back, and we're going to be talking about Easter lilies. You're the Easter lily man, right?
I know a lot about Easter lilies. Working in garden center for almost 2 decades now, I've been around quite a few Easter lilies.
Wow, you're old. Now I go to the garden center, and there's all these beautiful Easter lilies, and I bring one home, and frankly, and I'm experienced with, and sometimes I kill them. What am I doing wrong?
Well, one of the things that you're probably not doing wrong, it's just that there's the life cycle of the Easter lily flower. Easter lilies are Oriental or Asiatic lilies. They are not a daylily. They're grown from a bulb. They technically actually are a perennial. Some people don't realize that when their Easter lilies done blooming, they don't need to take that potted plant that's got the aluminum shiny colored foil on it with the green triangular shaped leaves that are alternating all the way up the stalk. Now you got this dead bloom at the top, and they just throw it in the garbage.
Oh.
They don't have to do that. They
No
can,
wasting, people. We can recycle the Easter lily.
You can recycle that Easter lily. There's actually bulbs in there. Typically, there's 3 bulbs in a pot. Sometimes there's 1. It depends on the size of the pot and also the garden center. Some people buy them at the grocery store. Don't do that. Support your local independent garden center. That's where you should be buying your Easter lilies.
Do you just put the bulbs in the ground in the summer?
You can actually dig up the bulbs and actually replant them right into the ground for that summer. Now, it will not rebloom that year. It might, but it shouldn't. And it's going to actually have to take that dormancy period, which is typical for any type of hardy perennial or shrub. And the difference between a perennial and a shrub is the herbaceous die back down to the ground versus the woody stems that go into the dormancy period, store up the energy with the inside the buds and everything else.
So it needs to grow all the way into the following spring again.
Yes.
And then.
Yes. And what we recommend you doing is actually storing them in a paper bag, put them in the vegetable drawer of your refrigerator in a cool temperature, and then planting them in the fall. When you plant your spring flowering bulbs, like your tulips and daffodils, hyacinths, muscari, those kind of plants.
Terrific. I'm going to save the life of my Easter lily this year.
You could save a life, and you can save your Easter lily's life. And, when grandmother gives you that Easter lily as a gift, thank her for giving you a perennial plant. Lilies have actually orange anthers. On the end of the anther that's orange, it's actually the pollen. Pollen is the male reproductive part of the plant.
It gets all over everything, that stuff.
It gets all over everything.
It does.
Here's a trick. You actually can trick the flower into staying open longer if you pick the orange anthers out of the bloom.
Next up is Nikki Jabur. She is amazing and has super gardening tips for early gardening. You are going to love her. I can't wait to come back.
Me neither. I'm going to learn something myself.
All right. We'll see you then.
When you're not feeling well, your doctor might prescribe an antibiotic to knock out the illness that's ailing you. As we all know, long-term real health goes well beyond a pill or a shot and requires more than simply addressing symptoms. This same principle holds true for your lawn. Just like some medicines might only eliminate symptoms, most lawn treatments only temporarily address your lawn's weed, insect, and bare spot problems, and don't provide a long-term cure or create a good, healthy lawn. That's because these lawn problems are only symptoms of your lawn's underlying problem, which is unhealthy soil. Unhealthy soil has an unbalanced pH, and weeds thrive in it. Unhealthy soil is also tightly compacted, which prevents food, air, and water from moving into the root zone where your grass needs it. Jonathan Green has the solution to your lawn and soil problems: the new American Lawn Plan. This plan will work on all lawn and soil types, and just like people, once your lawn has truly good health, it shows. Download a copy of the New American Lawn Guide at newamericanlawn.com or pick one up at your local hardware store or garden center. Their lawn care consultants will prescribe a plan that addresses what your lawn really needs. By using genetically superior Black Beauty grass seed with the proper combination of organic and traditional fertilizers, you'll find that getting a great-looking, carefree lawn year after year is really quite easy.